Imagine running 10 models at once, all posting, engaging, and earning while you're asleep. No burnout, no scheduling headaches, no human drama, just pure, automated chaos perfectly under control. That's the multi-model empire, the next level of the AI creator business. And if the single-model agency made you money, this one can print it. We're talking $40,000 a month potential with nothing but prompts, automation, and smart systems. Here's the wild part. Most people stop at one successful AI model. They hit a few thousand a month, get comfortable, and think they've peaked. But the people who scale multiple AI creators, different looks, different personalities, different audiences, they're the ones quietly building full-blown empires while everyone else is still figuring out hashtags. So how do you actually build something like that without turning your life into a 24/7 content circus? The secret is scale through systems, not effort. The first step is to stop thinking of each AI model as an individual. Think of them as digital franchises. Each one is a brand, a product, and a revenue stream. And your job isn't to babysit them, it's to engineer a system that runs them all at once. Start with a simple foundation, one master pipeline that handles creation, scheduling, and posting for every model. You feed it prompts and data. It spits out content and engagement. The key is to make it modular. Plug in a new persona, run it through the same workflow, and watch it perform. That's how you multiply income without multiplying work. Now, here's where it gets fun. Each AI model doesn't have to be identical. In fact, they shouldn't be. You want variety. That's what dominates the algorithm. Maybe one model is a fitness coach with motivational captions, another's a gamer streaming on Twitch-style content, a third's a travel influencer posting exotic shots of her in Bali. They each target different demographics, but they all run on the same core engine you've built. It's like Netflix for AI influencers, different genres, same platform. The reason this works so well is that AI content doesn't care about sleep, emotions, or time zones. It just performs. You can run 5, 10, even 20 models simultaneously, each optimized for their own niche, all feeding into your revenue pool. And if you're smart, you'll diversify their income streams too. OnlyFans, Patreon, Instagram sponsors, digital product tie-ins, even fan clubs or AI chat subscriptions. Each one becomes a small business inside your larger ecosystem. But none of this happens without structure. You need a system so solid that you can manage chaos at scale. Start by centralizing everything, all models, all content calendars, all analytics. One dashboard, one management hub. You don't need to reinvent the wheel for every model. You just need a well-oiled machine that can handle replication. Your team's structure evolves here too. At first, it's just you and a few freelancers. But when you move into empire mode, you start thinking in departments. You've got your AI generation team, the creative core that builds and updates models. You've got your content automation team, people who schedule, optimize, and monitor daily uploads. Then there's audience engagement, managing DMs, replies, and retention systems for each persona. Finally, there's analytics, the numbers team that decides what's working and what to tweak. It's like running a miniature studio, except your talent is code and your productions never stop. The difference between a small agency and a multi-model empire is organization. Anyone can create content. Few can sustain it at scale without losing their mind. Let's talk money. The first model might bring in $3,000 to $5,000 a month once it's running smoothly. Multiply that by 5 models, and suddenly you're sitting on $20,000 to $25,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Add 10 models, and you're hitting $40,000 or more. It's not fantasy, it's math. Each persona becomes a revenue node in a network that never stops growing. The hard part isn't getting one to work, it's building the system that can replicate success again and again. And here's the beauty. You don't even have to own all the models. You can operate in 2 modes, agency and ownership. As an agency, you manage AI models for clients and take your monthly retainer plus revenue share. As an owner, you create and run your own AI creators from scratch, keeping every cent they make. The real power play is blending both. Your owned models bring passive income, and your client models bring predictable cash flow. It's the perfect hybrid. To make this scalable, you need automation in 3 layers. The first is content automation. AI tools generating photos, videos, captions, and even replies. The second is workflow automation, project management, scheduling, analytics, all connected through tools like Zapier or Make. And the third is communication automation, using AI chat systems to handle fan interactions realistically. Together, these layers let you manage an empire with minimal human involvement. The more you define these human edges, the more believable they become. People don't connect to perfection, they connect to personality. So when you give each model its own voice, color palette, tone, and rhythm, you're not just differentiating them, you're giving them gravity. It's the same reason people follow fictional characters like they're real. Believability builds fandom, and fandom prints money. Once your models are alive and active, your entire game shifts from creation to optimization. This is where you stop guessing and start measuring. Analytics becomes your compass. You're not asking, "Does this look good?" You're asking, "Did this convert?" You track which posts actually drive subscriptions, which captions spark engagement, and what timing keeps fans most active. You start to see patterns. Maybe your adventurous persona thrives on weekend posts, while your artsy one dominates during late-night hours. Over time, those patterns become data, and that data becomes strategy. You replicate what works and retire what doesn't. You tweak visuals, adjust tones, experiment with post frequency. Eventually, you'll know which type of AI creator consistently performs best, not by opinion, but by proof. That's when your system evolves from a creative project into a predictable machine. You're not guessing the formula for success anymore, you're refining it. Each new model you launch benefits from the last one's lessons, and before long you've built something incredibly powerful, a self-learning ecosystem of digital personalities, fine-tuned for performance and growth. And this is where empire building becomes addictive. You realize one persona performs twice as well as the rest, so you double down, build spin-offs, alternative styles, maybe even a collaboration between 2 AI creators. The fans don't care if they're real, they care about entertainment. You start experimenting with themes, storylines, or crossover events, things real creators can't sustain because they're limited by human time. Your AI team has infinite bandwidth. At this level, your brand stops being a service and becomes infrastructure. You can license your system, sell templates, or white label your process for other entrepreneurs. You're not just making money, you're creating the blueprint for others to do the same. That's how you go from a few clients to dominating the AI creator economy. Now, scaling this big does require one thing most people avoid: delegation. You can't manage 10 AI models manually, no matter how disciplined you are. You'll need automation managers, client liaisons, and analytics assistants. But remember, every new hire isn't an expense, it's leverage. The more people and tools you have working for you, the faster your empire compounds. At some point, you'll notice something fascinating. Your operation starts to look like a hybrid between a media company, a marketing agency, and a tech startup. You've got digital talent, creative production, audience monetization, and back-end engineering, all under one roof. That's not a side hustle anymore. That's a scalable, sellable business model that can hit 7 figures if you keep building. The long game? Build a network of AI creators across niches, optimize their monetization, and maybe even sell the whole portfolio like an entertainment company would sell its catalog. Imagine an acquisition where an investor buys your network of virtual influencers that generate predictable monthly income. It's not fantasy, it's the logical end of automation capitalism. Of course, not every model will succeed. Some will flop, others will underperform. That's fine. When your cost of creation is low and your infrastructure is efficient, failure stops being scary. You just archive one, spin up another, and keep the machine rolling. It's not about perfection, it's about iteration. The same way YouTubers post hundreds of videos to find one viral hit, your empire thrives on quantity refined by data. And if you're thinking this sounds too complex, remember, complexity is just unorganized simplicity. Once you map the system, it's just plug and play. Build the foundation once, and everything after that becomes a clone operation. You're scaling ideas, not labor. Sooner or later, people will catch on. They'll start building their own multi-model setups, and the internet will be flooded with digital personalities. But the ones who win will be the ones who got there first, who built structure before the crowd arrived. Timing beats talent every time. So if you're already running one successful AI creator, don't stop there. Turn it into a system. Diversify across niches. Automate your processes. Hire smart. Build dashboards. Treat it like a real company because it is one. A digital entertainment conglomerate powered by algorithms instead of actors. In the future, you won't ask, who's the next influencer? You'll ask, who built the system behind them? That's where the real power sits, not in the face on the screen, but in the infrastructure underneath it. The ones who understand that now will be the ones collecting checks when everyone else is still trying to go viral. The multi-model empire strategy isn't just about stacking income, it's about building digital leverage. It's the point where automation stops being a tool and becomes an industry. If you've got the vision to build multiple worlds, each one earning on autopilot, then congratulations. You're not competing anymore. You're operating. If this opened your eyes to what's possible in the AI creator economy, hit like, share it with someone who still thinks AI influencers are a meme, and subscribe for more breakdowns on how to turn automation into real, scalable income. The empire starts the moment you realize one model isn't enough, and the system is what makes you unstoppable.